what's the women of Airsoft and kind of that, what's that kind of group like, all the girls who are out there that play a lot?
I think it's really cool because it's bringing, usually when you're a female player, you feel a little isolated.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of female players.
Welcome back to Task Force Podcast, an Airsoft podcast made by the Airsofters for the Airsofters.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode Task Force Podcast. I'm your host, Snake, joined by my co-host,
Nasty,
who's also awkward.
Always.
Yes,
awkward
definitely. Today, we are also joined by a special guest, Airsoft Hasmin. How's it going?
Not bad, considering the circumstances.
I know. It's been we haven't got to go out and play at all. Have you gone and played any?
Yeah, a few times. My field is actually still running games on the down low. It's
Right.
like if you know, you know.
Right. That's kind of nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Especially being, what side of the country you on?
California.
Oh, wow. They're on mad lockdown over there
Yeah.
in some places.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Hell yeah, I like
California takes everything
Well, I'm in
serious.
Central California.
that. Oh, okay. So it's not as heavily regulated, I'm imagining?
Well, they're trying, but where I live, people are kind of... there was like a 400 party that got shot up
Wow.
during quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass. That's not
Bakersfield's
badass, but
not very...
Right.
cool.
So if you live in California, just for my own general curiosity, everybody's got to have at least a favorite hockey team. Who's your favorite hockey team? Because California has like 3 of them.
I would just say my local team because they're the only team I've ever gotten feed.
Right.
The Condors.
The Condors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I've seen them. They're pretty cool. I like them. I'm a big San Jose Sharks fan, so that's my team.
I used to go a lot in high school, but I haven't gone in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot in high school, so it's kind of a weird one. So, like, not many people in the U.S. are huge hockey fans.
Yeah.
But
it's football.
Yeah, right. It's pretty much all football, but
meh.
Everybody's going to have to look outside their horizons now.
Yeah.
See what's out there.
Okay.
But, no, I thought we would talk a little bit about what everybody's favorite airsoft guns are to run. I know...
Okay, so when it becomes real steel to airsoft, I prefer AK real steel and airsoft, but I always pretty much take my saw over anything.
And
Yeah.
what if you put a drum mag in an AK?
See, okay, so we're gonna go off on this. So I want an RPK, right?
You want an RPK?
Well,
right.
It's the AK long barrel version. Yeah. Put a big old fat drum on that bitch, HPA it, and just live happy. I wouldn't even be mad with big old, like, plate-looking mags pouches on my vest. I wouldn't even care. I'd be the happiest man alive.
What about you?
Except for now you're carrying a tank and a heavy-ass gun.
Right. Well, he just carries everything.
I do.
We just make him carry everything.
Why the fuck am I the mule?
I don't know.
We have never discussed this.
Don't be 6'9", whatever.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
You just can carry everything. It's fine.
Have a big backpack.
Yeah.
It's actually, I could probably fit a full human in the bag I carry. So.
Wow.
Yes. Like a 3-day assault bag.
Right. Well, what about her? What do you like and what do you prefer to use? If you could use, what would it be?
Well, I'm just a very simple human. I usually stick to my AKs just because I tend to break things often. So I try to stick with cheap guns that I can replace often.
Heard that. Okay.
And maybe add some upgrades.
Fair.
What she needs, I forget the brand. It's Full Metal full wood, real oak wood, AK Airsoft.
The E&L?
Yeah, maybe, because I know I fall on my guns.
Right.
That's how I broke my saw. I straight just body planted my gun. I think that would withstand some damage. So I think that's but that's also like a $700.
This is how we turned his saw into, from a full length saw into a parasaw because he snapped the stock off.
The roots of a tree will fuck you up, and then going downhill at the same time sucks. So what about you, dude? What about you?
I'm just a M4 guy. Like, I really like gas blowbacks. Jesus, I cannot talk today. Gas blowbacks.
Gas blowbacks.
Yeah, they're right up my alley, but they're just too unreliable. They're too inconsistent. And so that's why when I bought this new rifle, I went with KWA. It's got the electric blowback into it, the CM4.
I can't vibe with that.
It's cool.
Crap.
But it's got the bolt lock. That's the...
Just smack the fucking shit out of your gun. See, with AKs, yes, you're out because you hear a click, Then
you got to reach around to that stupid charging handle.
It's amazing.
Retarded.
Throw your left hand up under, roll that fucker back. It's an amazing feeling.
It's dumb.
It's almost better than smacking the side of your gun.
Nothing beats MP5 HK slap.
That's true.
Nothing beats HK
slap. Personally, I hate M4 Max because I feel like I can never put it in correctly and they just fall out every time.
Yeah.
But see, with an AK, you just kind of roll, slap, gone.
Oh my God.
Jake, so we're going to gang up on you.
You cradle it in and
And have you ever flicked an AK mag out? You can't do that with an M4. What, you're going to take your mag, smack your fucking mag release?
If I had to pick a secondary style, it would be like the G36, which has the flapper.
There's nothing like an AK mag release.
It's just
you just
not my
roll
style.
A new mag off of it, you slap a new one in.
It's so communist.
I am the Iron Curtain, okay?
I am the Iron Curtain.
All right.
So
I like playing the bad guys, so I'm good.
Yeah. So how did you get started into Airsoft?
Yeah.
Well, I got started quite a bit ago. I used to live in Georgia, and my husband now, boyfriend back then, used to play all the time. And he would always talk about it, and I would always be like, cool, stop talking about it, I don't care. Right. And I never mind if he went to go play, but I just didn't want to hear about it. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like pain.
Right.
So to me, it didn't sound like fun.
Right.
And so one day, I was like, okay, I'll go play one game, and you'll see that I hate it. And then after that, don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, that's so my wife's. That's my wife's thing too. I was like, you have to be okay with getting shot.
You see, and I wasn't. That was my. I hate pain.
Right.
I avoided it at all costs. And so I was like, fine, I'll try one game. And so the very first game, we were playing, well, back then there was no field.
Right.
So we used to play in this abandoned little house.
Okay.
And so we went, and there was only maybe like 10 people there.
Okay.
And as soon as the game started, for some reason, I just took off running as fast as I could. And then I ran up on one person and just shot them. And I was like, this is so much fun. And after that,
can legally
it
kill
was
people.
history.
Yes. The first time
he's like, hey, can you stop talking about it? Can we talk about something else?
Dude, I don't even remember how I got started. My mom bought me a couple Springers. Like, I remember like Lara Croft had come out, and I thought the HK45 was pretty cool, and the USP, and she bought me a couple, and I thought those were cool. I started playing with my friends, and then I got an AEG, and I got this like Walmart AEG, and I went to a local field here thinking like everybody's gonna have the same shit, and then just got destroyed, and was like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
But see, I could see though, like, the thrill it was to know that you quote unquote killed somebody or you tagged them or whatever. It was just it's a thrilling thing. So if you go out to play when you're mad, it's amazing.
It is. I think it's a good release.
It is a good release.
Oh no, man! There's people who get mad 5 seconds into the game.
Yeah,
that's me.
I'm just like, did you come here to get mad?
No.
He goes there to get unmad. Just relieve every shot is one piece of anger release.
Yeah, that's right. That's funny.
He's that guy it's basically just going and punching a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully, usually I target the little kids more. I know that sounds terrible, but
that is terrible.
That is bad. But the screaming pain. No, I'm playing. It's just.
See, once I was playing against this little kid, he had to have been 12 because that's the age limit to play there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't want to shoot him, so I just kept waving at him. And then he started waving at me, and I was like, "Oh, we're friends." And then my friend just shot him, like lit him up, and I was like, "Why'd you do that?"
We were getting a bond, and then you killed him.
Yeah, I was like, "Hi."
Yeah, dude,
That's
I had that.
awesome.
It was terrible. I feel so bad.
I know. We played. We used to have this like abandoned hospital here that we used to play at that a company had bought, and they were playing there, and I went. And I was like, man, this is so cool, you know, but like you end up in this hallway that was real tight and narrow, and it was about 10 feet long, but you had to go down it. And every time I just couldn't bring myself to shoot like the younger kids, you know,
I don't care.
But they would turn on me so fast. I'd be like, I just try to stay quiet and hide, and they'd walk by and just kill me.
Do not care.
Bastards.
I'll just shoot him in the leg, and I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Not me, dude. I have a saw. I'll fuck your ass up. I don't care what age you is. No, seriously, like when we
like you came here to play, right?
Right. You came to play, and I'm gonna let you know.
This is what
this is what we is like.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like, back for kids.
Right, and when we were at Frog Holler, the dads would be like all like super protective. Hey guys, it's pregame. Don't shoot my kid a lot. Mm-hmm. This, and I'm like, all right. So you're telling me to extra shoot your kid?
Yeah.
And I'm over here
you said make him not want to come back?
Yeah, make him like cry and want to go home and tell his mom, divorce the dad type shit. Yeah, I'm on that.
No, do you guys know Undead Fred?
Undead Fred?
Yeah, he's my friend. We play locally together. He does like Instagram videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he do YouTube or Instagram videos? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen the name.
I've heard the name.
Well, he's super aggressive sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And this one time there was a big group of like a party.
Right.
You know, kids coming, and all the parents were up watching the game. And he just rushed them and lit them up. The look on their parents' face was like, whoa.
That sounds like something I would do.
Bad.
That is not what we thought this was.
I thought this was wholesome.
I was already dead, so I was just standing next to the parents and looking at them like they were afraid for their children. I mean, the kids kept playing.
That's good. I think that's
it was only like the first game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The field owner had to tell him, like, hey, chill it out. They're rushing on the kids. The parents were afraid for them.
Right. The parents probably were having, like, more anxiety about it than the kids were, I bet.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because they just saw him run up, and they had no idea he was on his way.
Just come mauling in.
My 8-year-old, 9-year-old nephew is wanting to get into airsoft.
I cannot
now and play.
Wait. I will always be on the other team.
He's excited. He thinks it's really cool. He asked his mom for an airsoft gun.
I think it's awesome.
Do you guys play Nerf?
Say again?
Do you guys play Nerf with him?
Yeah. So we actually have also this like local Nerf game field that, or at least we used to. I don't know if we still do or not, but they had indoor Nerf battles and stuff, and you can go and play. And he enjoyed that. He loved that a lot. But like I'm a big like gear whore too though, so he's been like wearing my helmet and putting on my plate carrier and all that stuff. Yeah, he's like, this stuff is so cool. And I'm like, if you're gonna come play, you got to be okay with getting shot, you know.
So like, go stand over there and feel this.
I shot him once already, and he was like, "It's not that bad." After,
did he cry?
Little like tears rolling down the cheek. Yes. I'm like, it's not that bad.
Can we be honest? Even still to this day, I know it's been years. Even if it was just last weekend, I always show up to the field still kind of like timid of like, I don't want to be shot.
Right.
I still have that
every
feeling.
time.
Yes.
And I always forget my gloves, so I'm not gonna get shot in the finger.
Right.
I'm gonna get shot in the finger.
Yeah. Every time. It's like you can't go a game without getting one either in the fingernail or in the knuckle, and it's terrible.
I always seem to pop him out of my neck.
Yeah.
I never get shot in the neck.
It sucks.
I think it's because I have a lot of hair and it protects me.
Right. Well, yeah, he got shot in the neck.
Physically in the neck.
And it lodged in his neck.
And it hurt.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's all fun and games.
It was fun
until
games.
I remembered in a year later I got my saw and I found the dude who did it. Yeah, I got my revenge. May have taken 2 years, but it happened.
So I know you've gone and you've done a lot of the big ops and stuff. Like, what's the women of Airsoft and what's that kind of group like? All the girls who are out there that play a lot.
I think it's really cool because it's bringing. Usually, when you're a female player, you feel a little isolated,
right?
Because there's not a lot of female players.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I've been really lucky because I've always had girls who play around.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
really cool.
But there's times when I'm the only girl, but there's usually one that shows up and she stays for a while, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But with Women of Airsoft, it's nice to see a group where there's women who are super interested, who won't just come and go, who are, really into playing it. And we can get together at big games, and ask each other questions about gear or, really anything.
Right.
It's almost as if when you get a good collective of the female players,
mm-hmm.
which is cool because it's diversity and it's not just a giant circle jerk with dudes all the
right.
time, and I would imagine it's a comfort thing.
Yeah. I think it's I think it's really cool to have that toss up of like,
right.
You're playing against somebody who sees things like way different. I don't want to like cliche it, but most dudes, I guess,
we're one
see
track.
it as like, yeah, well, I mean, like you see it as like, what's the women of Airsoft and what's that kind of group like? All the girls who are out there that play a lot.
I think it's really cool because it's bringing. Usually, when you're a female player, you feel a little isolated,
right?
Because there's not a lot of female players.
Women players be like. Hell and more like, yeah, I may have just broke my arm, but this shit badass. Right. And then I've seen full-grown men stub their fucking toe and leave for like 6 months because they had to go get one stitch.
I got a blister.
Right. You boogina. Get out of here with you dumbass. You fucking... So I think it's cool, man. I do
too.
Back when I think we were still playing, we didn't have, but that one guy's wife, maybe the other guy's wife ever played.
Most I ever saw was like, there was one girl who played for a little while.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's wife.
But I think they also fell off too because us as fucking the idiot mentality us men can have, do that whole like, I'm better than you, tougher than you, kind of scare them away type douche ass shit.
Right. Have you ever run into that where it's like people are just like bugging you and asking you why the hell you're playing the game and whatnot?
Well, like about 5 years ago, there was a lot of, since there was less women playing and less, women on social media, I would get a lot of messages being like, oh, you don't even play. Oh, you're just doing it for attention.
Right.
And you just do it to post pictures. And like, I was playing before I even had a phone.
Right.
Yeah, bitch. Like, fuck with me. Like,
I know. That's what I think is funny is like, I know a lot of women who've been playing before Instagram was a thing.
Right.
And,
And then now that listen, bro, if you can take a picture.
I like it.
Yeah, see?
I like seeing all the pictures of all the girls who play.
Right.
I think they're cool.
Because, bro, you're doing the exact fucking same thing as she is, but it's a different mentality because she's a female.
Right.
And you're just some dickhead. So you're
like, this is our sport.
Right.
Right.
Like, you're going to take a picture of your gear. Why can't they?
Right.
Why are you going to hate on them?
I think it's cool to see, though, like, the internet, because, like, the internet, like, I mean, when I was younger, it was still not around fully.
Right.
Like, I remember when AOL dial-up was a thing.
Put the CD in and you
got on there and, like, online chatting and shit like that. But then...
The forums.
Right. And then Airsoft forums and stuff like that, I think it's cool to see that with all the negative the internet brings nowadays, to see the positive community of the women of Airsoft. Yeah. Just like, you guys are really building each other up. I think it's really cool to see. Because, I mean, there's a ton of guys out there who play, and there's not very many women, unfortunately. But your guys' number, I feel like, is steadily growing.
Oh, for sure.
I think we'll
like about 5 years ago, there was maybe like 20 maybe. Now there's over 500.
Right. That's crazy.
So it's
that
crazy.
Is growth, but at the same time, I'm definitely not trying to be the team that gets all shit on by a fucking full female team. Yeah, I'll just quit Airsoft.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I've done that. I think it was like 2 minutes into the game. I had flanked around them and kept everyone on the team.
Yes.
See, I don't know if I can mentally handle that. I'm not saying that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that.
We're going to go to an op, and Airsoft Hesme is going to be there, and she's going to fucking kill you, and I'm going to look at you after I get shot as well and be like, you just got owned by a chick, man.
I just hope I'm not on your team when I shoot you.
I would be.
I hope you are. That's what I really hope for.
And it'd be my luck. I'd be the only one that gets shot. Just don't shoot me in the back of the head if you do, please.
Definitely shoot me in the back of the head.
I don't.
He deserves
shoot
it.
me in the back of the head.
You know, the one thing that I do really dislike about being a girl is maybe people say I have a soft voice, but if before, like, let's say capture the flag.
Right.
And people are like, what should we do? And I'm like, oh, I think we should do this, this, and this. And nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of my friends who heard me will give the same idea, and people are like, yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, cool, yeah.
The outspokenness, just because you're a girl.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just too quiet or if they just ignore me,
right.
but it happens a lot.
No, it's just like hearing a female on Xbox playing Call of Duty. They're like, don't listen to her. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Right.
But women,
True.
Like, you listen, like, hey, dude, I'm telling you, though, I'm pretty sure a woman could be a little bit more straight-minded in a combat situation than most men.
I think we think so differently that we actually can maneuver, because guys are more, like, focused. They get more tunnel vision than girls do. Girls are more easily distracted in the sense that they can notice other things happening when specific players just focus on one player. They don't notice the rest of the people flanking. Girls are more likely, in my opinion, to notice that happening.
I can agree.
I could agree. Yeah, I would agree. What I would really like to see is I would like to see at a big op where the teams are commanded by both teams, a male and a female.
Cool.
And squad leaders.
On both teams. I want to see a male and a female at the very top. Those two have to decide as a team what they're going to do and then make it happen. I think that would be a really interesting...
I think it would be even better if they had two female commanders on each side.
I would be down with it. I would still play it. I would still play it.
But how many guys would be willing to listen to them is my question.
Yep, you know, I feel like nowadays... Well, I say this, but I don't really know because I'm not a girl. I would want to say, though, that if somebody talked for long enough and what they were saying was true, actually making sense, like, okay, I mean, that's what I would do. You know what I mean? I would go with it. It would make sense to me. It's the people who shut down and say, well, you're just a chick, so whatever you're saying.
Does anybody else have any ideas?
Right. Like, I can't get down with that shit. Like, I think it's really cool that you guys are growing and making it
right, because even
part
in
of
real
your
life,
own too.
There are women who are literally keeping nukes from flying in this country, in this world. So what's the difference in Airsoft?
Right.
It's not a man's game. It's in everybody's game.
Agreed.
And I'll fucking fight
everybody's game.
It is everybody's game. I would agree. As long as it, in my opinion, as long as it promotes the growth of Airsoft.
Right.
Because that's the sport we all are playing and we all are enjoying. Right. As long as it's bringing somebody new into the sport or hobby, whatever you want to call it, of Airsoft, I think it's good.
Yeah. Amen. AK over M4.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not ACO.
Nope, you
M4.
just agreed. It's on camera.
That was not an agreement. Okay.
That
was not an agreement. Okay.
So.
I feel like straight out of the box, AK. Hop up, AK.
My Dick's Sporting Goods.
Spin a little wheel, no thing. You need something that's like back and forth.
Straight out of the box, M4. That's what.
No way, not even. Range, AK.
No.
Oh, no. Jake.
Range, M16.
Okay, but now you're going into a different.
Dragon.
Oh yeah, just get something with a longer barrel.
Dragunov. You want to start doing this back and forth, Jake? Dragunov.
M21.
Dragunov.
M21.
Dushka. Yeah.
What?
A Dushka.
50
30
cal.
millimeter.
50 cal.
30 millimeters bigger than 50 cal.
Who cares?
I do.
I'm
gonna
go
fuck
big
you
or
up
go
from
home.
7 miles away.
Go big or go home.
We're gonna have to end
Go
this.
big or
We'll
go
fucking
home.
fight you.
Yeah. I just can't. I just don't like the ergonomics of an AK. I just don't.
You know what, though? You're right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. If somebody handed me an AK-74U, I cannot turn it down. It is legit. I use it on Call of Duty. I can't say no, I don't like it. It's definitely a quality gun.
Yes.
I will give you that. Yes.
They all are.
But
They are. Yeah.
it's not my thing.
I'm
It's
a
not
bitch. That's what I'm hearing, Jay.
It's not my cup of tea.
No, I know. Now, real talk. AK all the way, M4 suck.
No.
Dude, would you rather? I'd rather be shot with an AK than an M4.
I'd rather just go
They're
play Airsoft.
slimmer.
Slimmer, see? Slimmer.
Yeah.
More
So
durable.
they're easier to grip.
Any AK on the planet, if I came across that, I could swap out parts with it. Can you do that with any M4 ever made on the planet? That's false. You can't do that.
Oh, pretty much almost.
I don't want to hear a pretty much almost. I want to hear a yes or no, and so it's pretty much a no.
Super glue?
Say what?
With super glue, you can do anything.
Yes.
I don't know. You guys.
See, I can break the stock off my AK and not worry about a buffer
Oh my
tube.
God.
And I can go fucking CQB at that point. Like, yeet, get that bitch out of here. And I'm fucking...
So what
Folding
about...
stocks?
Yes, I guess you have folding stocks. There's a lot of things. I will say...
My bayonet's longer, too.
You can definitely run it over with a tank and it'll still work. I'll give you that.
Yes. So... What then, Big Pappy?
What about submachine guns then? If you had to pick a sub gun.
Yeah, what about that? What would you pick?
Hmm.
Be interesting.
Yeah. See, like me, I'm like MP5 SD all the way with the built-in silencer.
Yeah, I feel
premium.
I really like the PP19 when I used it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
choice.
that was fun.
MP7.
MP7 wouldn't be bad.
Like straight Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
MP7.
MP7. I could roll with that. I could see that.
Submachine gun
Like
though?
a large pistol.
74U.
Always
Fair.
nice.
You can't argue
It's
that.
still-
Can't argue. It's not a rifle.
But we also did get some more questions for the Task Force Q&A, which I know you submitted a question last weekend and made Josh Warren laugh very hard on it as well. It was a good question. So if you want to do those with us, I've got some here.
All right, I'm down.
Okay, cool. So we had at OBS Rogue asked us, do you follow any airsoft teams or individuals closely? If so, who and why? So for
Closely?
me, yeah, like
Stalker?
I guess keep up with them. I don't know. Stalker
Do you
would
like
be.
every single one of their pictures?
That would be.
Or do you just kind of like, oh, they post a new picture? Oh, LOL.
I think if I saw the person that I liked, enjoyed their content, if I saw they posted a video or were going live, I would jump right on it.
Fair.
I never see people's lives.
Really?
I feel like it's too much commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what if I get bored and I have to leave?
Yeah.
Will they know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Their view count would go down by one.
It says it goes down by one.
Yeah, I'll feel bad.
Whatever. It's all right. I tune into a live and then I'll watch for a little bit and then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's
Like,
cool.
okay, I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much. If it's interesting, I'll stick around. If not, then
Right.
it was cool for the 5 minutes I watched it.
Have anybody, even one of the girls from around the world, one of your friends who play, even if it's, whatever, do you have somebody you just kind of low-key check on every once in a while?
Honestly, no. I usually just get on and I scroll and whatever's on my page I like, and then I look at stories, and I don't think I've ever been into just like, what did this one person do?
Fair.
Right.
I'm pretty much...
Any YouTuber?
Other than my sister.
Right. Any YouTuber or anything that you follow?
Well, in Airsoft or just in general?
Well, I mean, in Airsoft is kind of the direction we're talking, but I mean,
Yeah,
even
true,
in general, I'm not going to lie, I watch ADHD's World on YouTube constantly.
I just watch all the Just Kidding news.
Really?
They're the only notifications I have on. I just like to listen to them.
I watch a lot of Rust videos.
A lot of Rust videos?
Yeah. I love
With
watching
the Airsoft players, though.
I don't know. I don't fuck with nobody.
A long time ago, I used to watch this girl named Kitty Killer.
Uh-huh.
But she hasn't posted in years.
Right.
Where
I
you
used
at?
to get super excited every time she posted, though.
Yeah, see,
she
you let our
so
homegirl
good.
down. So if you ever come across this podcast, you're slacking. So
You need to step it up.
yeah, you're slacking.
So, as far as teams, I would say, I mean, like, I used to follow the Green Mountain.
Yeah, the Rangers.
The Green Mountain Rangers
yeah.
back in the day. And I thought they were cool. I kind of quit following them a whole lot.
Before or after the Lion Claw?
Before
yeah,
the Lion Claws.
Before the Lion Claws. Okay, so but it was different time then for us.
Yeah.
Because we were so hardcore into it that we wanted to keep even with like Red Wolf Airsoft and all them guys, you know, just doing their new videos of guns and stuff. See,
Right.
that was a whole different time.
Yeah.
But 9+ years later, we're just out here to shoot kids.
Yeah.
Literally. Only the kids.
Only
Right.
the kids.
Yeah. No, I just let the adults walk.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But
No,
no,
you're fine. You're fine. Keep going.
Throw my tactical spoon.
As far as like now, I mean,
don't, dude.
obviously I
even-
follow OBS Rogue because he wears all black and shoots an MP or a UMP 45.
That is gangster.
It is gangster. I will give him
I
that.
really like the Japanese people. They post such cool content.
Mm-hmm.
They get wicked with their edits. I'm
Dude,
talking
they
like
do.
dumb
They do.
wicked.
I
And
think it's dope.
It is. I would agree.
It makes me get like fucking headaches. Not saying it's
Oh,
bad, but I just like a lot of
It's so much
visual
going
noise.
on that you can't
It's
process
visual
it.
noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But-
follow that.
I see.
But at Tristan Art and Airsoft, oh my God, I really cannot talk. At Tristan Art and Airsoft asked, which gram BBs should I snort?
Should he snort? Neither.
I mean, if you had to pick,
if you're dumb enough to do this,
if you had to pick,
That would hurt.
I would say like
do I need to?
you
explain?
need to go bang for your buck and just straight up 4 threes.
Holy Jesus,
For trees.
dude! I don't even.
Go big or go home.
Right, exactly.
Do I need to break this down for my mans?
Break it down.
Okay, you get 2 O's.
Yeah.
3.
3 2
Crush them down real fine. Get them wet. And roll away, my friend. Don't even roll a $1 bill. I want face to table. And you
Just
just
straight
roll
Lick
it.
it off.
Chopped up plastic.
Yeah. I'm talking get your grinder, whichever one you have, depending on where you're from.
Jesus.
Grind that motherfucker down and have fun. Don't expect to wake up in 20 minutes.
Wherever.
Wherever.
Yeah. But
At Levin Morales.
That can't help you today.
Right. At Levin Morales _99, hopefully I'm saying that right, says, what's your funniest story you have of Airsoft? Funniest Airsoft story?
she should
Funniest
go ahead.
in
Just what you thought was funny.
Yeah.
That maybe happened while you were playing, or maybe happened while you guys were messing around in the AO in the staging area. I know there's a lot of funny shit that happens
so
there.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, it had to be the time we were playing a field called Hamburger Hill at our local field. And it was like really sandy. And this kid, he's hiding behind this berm on top of the hill. And he gets shot. And he gets shot in the face. And he starts freaking out. And I'm like, what the hell, whatever. The game ends and he's not coming off the field. And we're like, hey, what's going on? He starts freaking out and he's like, looks at me and he's like, I got to find my tooth. My mom is going to be pissed. I got to find my tooth. And he looks at me and half his front tooth is chipped off. He's like, I got to find my tooth. My mom's going to be pissed.
There's 7 of us motherfuckers digging in the sand looking for that motherfucker.
You didn't have face protection?
No, I don't think
age,
at the time.
Wear it.
At the time, nobody was really wearing it, and he was over 16, so he didn't have to have the full face mask.
And he stood up smiling and went right to the tooth, and it popped that motherfucker right out of his mouth.
Yes, it was hilarious. Like, I felt bad for the kid. He was like, I don't want to go back to the staging area. My mom's gonna be pissed. Like,
and she was.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was hilarious though.
Don't tell her. Just hide it.
Right.
Just don't.
I was
smile.
Like, just don't smile, man.
You're golden.
Just be like, I don't know what happened. It's weird.
But see, me, I've never personally.
Like, crazy. It wasn't like that before.
Right.
I've never personally had a funny experience. I've just always been laughed at. I've given people funny experiences. I've ran into trees full speed. Didn't even know they were there. Fell, cried a little bit. Everybody laughed at that. No, funny experience. Chinese kid wearing all black on 100+ degree day. Come running down the side of what we call town. Is a little town, one side, two side. Passes out mid sprint and smacks the fucking side of that wall.
I remember that kid.
And one of the old Marines comes over, starts tearing the guy's vest apart. We're all like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm gonna piss on his chest. It'll wake him up." Not even fucking lying. I was dying. That was funny.
I think we have different ideas of how funny it is.
I know. the kid ended up being fine.
Yeah,
he had
but
it was too hot.
Full sprint, and I watched his eyes roll back, and his legs were like, and just smacked the fucking side of that building. It was amazing. Someone in the background.
See, I seen someone have a seizure before the game even started.
Jeez.
Jesus.
At first, I was like, "What's happening?" I thought they had just tripped over the ammo box.
Right.
And they rolled down the box and just started seizing.
Oh my god.
And I just sat down and I was like, I am CPR certified, but I am not willing to help.
Right.
I guess
so there was a lot of people who were way more certified than I was.
Right.
Seizures,
I just watched a 15-minute video. I don't.
Yeah, right. Like, seizures are, I'm not even going to lie, and I went to school to be an EMT, and seizures were the one thing that was like hard to watch because there's not anything you can do.
No, you just gotta let them work through it.
Just turn them on their side.
Yeah.
And
hope they don't.
Really, that's about it.
Don't die on me, Jimmy.
It's rough.
Yeah. Trust me, I've had it.
It was traumatizing.
It is.
I know you. We're supposed to be funny. We're supposed to be.
Yeah, we're supposed to be funny. But hey, this guy
is a whole other level.
That's dark humor. I fuck with it.
I don't know. I was like, okay, well, what me and my friends always laugh about, and this is probably too much information. Actually, never mind.
What? Well, you can't start a story, but then stop.
Okay. So I went to a World War II game, right?
That's cool.
And the only thing I took to eat was canned pozole.
Okay.
And it gave me the worst runs I've ever had in my whole life. So every 5 seconds, I had to go find someone in the woods because there was no bathroom. Take a shit. It was terrible.
Oh, no.
That is rough. That is rough.
Now I carry antidiuretics with me everywhere I go.
That would be the roughest game of Airsoft. Like I would be like, you know what? Fuck Milsim.
I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. That's like drinking an MRE milkshake.
Yes.
And I've done that.
Yes.
So.
No, that's a good idea. But that's the only thing I took to eat, and I was like, I can't eat any more of this.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god!
Straight squatting, and someone walked up on you, and you're like, "Bro, you ain't seeing this right now."
I'm hit. Just leave me alone.
I feel bad if anybody walked up on my shit. To be honest.
Leave it for the nerds.
Someone's hiding, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Like full seeing the whole
Luckily,
thing.
there's cows all over that field, so I could easily be like, "Oh, that was definitely a cow shit."
Yeah, that's that's rough.
I guess that's my funniest. Hindsight. At the moment, not very funny.
Right.
Now, super funny.
Yes, that is.
I remember seeing the kid start crying when I blasted him across the forehead with my saw at Invasion. He was. I laughed. Oh my god, I was dying.
Nasty's like got the darkest humor.
I do. I have a very dark sense of humor. And it's no. Well, he stuck his head. He's like, "Oh, I'm peeking," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I draw on him, and I start to see his head, and I just hold the trigger down and fuck his whole forehead. It was amazing. He started crying. I bet he remembers it. I bet it's still a fucking scar.
I bet he doesn't. Sure. I bet he doesn't peek.
He wakes up in the middle of the night every night.
He has nightmares. Not that guy. Pizza, not that guy.
Just the wall of BBs heading towards him.
Yes.
And he looked me. We eye contact. We locked eyes. It was like that slow motion moment where he knew he just did fucked up. Because I was full drawn, and I think I was smiling as I'm holding this trigger down and just leaning back and forth.
Jesus.
I think he left.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Last question we got was from @TheMilsim was, what makes a team stand out to you? Is it their gear? Is it the way they present themselves, or their social media? And for me, it's the way they present themselves and the way they play the game. If you call your hits and all of your guys on your team are respectful and they all call their hits and whatnot, your team sets a higher standard for me, and I can respect them much more.
I think it's super cool when teams move in synchronicity, with that word synchronicity.
Right.
All together.
Yep.
With very little communication, they all kind of just
vibe.
Have been playing together for so long. Yeah, I like to see that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, that's fucking dope.
As long as you're not a bunch of fuck cocksuckers, I fuck with you.
Right.
For sure. As long as you're not crying and being mean.
Yeah, if I hear if we give each other the same radio frequency, and all I fucking hear is a dude dogging on his team, or a dude yelling and screaming, like, why the fuck aren't you doing this? Like, dude, come on. We're out here to have fun. Granted, we're looking badass. We're feeling badass. Not me, because I fall. Right. But I just, like, don't have, like, super team leaders who think they're fucking Superman, because I'll straight walk over to you and just, like, throat punch you. Fair. No more fucking yelling for you, bitch. Your team needs help. You don't need to be, like, and a team, it's not their guns. It's not their gear. It's literally just like you said, how they compose themselves on and off the field. And if you can be a homie and we only talk when we see each other, even on the other team, a little banter, never hurts. I fuck with that.
Right. I would agree, though. I like to see teams that have been playing together for a long time. And when they're playing, you can tell.
Right.
I would
they get each other.
Yeah. It makes it definitely makes it a lot more interesting. Like, that's the one thing I would say that is nice about being friends with Nasty and playing with him for so long, is at this point I don't have to know constantly what he's doing. I just know.
You just know.
Just know what he's going to be doing.
He ain't doing nothing. So, yeah.
He's just laying his fat ass down over there with the saw. Like, I'm going to have to go get him at some point in time.
And my turtle backpack, yes.
His sweaty thigh. Just his sweaty thighs are just rubbing together when he's walking. Dude, I don't know what's going to happen.
Hamburger thighs are the worst, and I am done. You have officially, I'm turning my radio off at that point.
You use diaper rash cream?
I'm not going to get in detail with what I do or do not use. I'm just saying.
He's got a bottle of baby powder and just like what's that shit? Corn powder. He's just
corn powder.
Yeah, he's just keeping it in his kangaroo
he's
flap.
Baking
on his
a cake.
vest. Yes. He's baking a loaf of sourdough, but it isn't good.
We gotta stop real quick. Why? I gotta repowder myself before we attack. Hold on. Yeah.
What about regular deodorant?
Deodorant, yeah.
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 You should deodorant.
And I mean, like, using that to help.
I've never thought about that.
Look at you.
I'm learning
just blew his mind.
You did actually.
You'll see it. You'll see it in the video.
It won't
his mind
smell
is
like
blown.
swamp ass afterwards.
Right.
When you like peel your pants off your thighs and they're like ripping the dead skin away, and you're fucking like.
When you're playing in 90-degree weather.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes, she understands.
Have you ever gone to any of the games here, like in the Midwest, kind of?
Well, I used to live in Georgia, and I went to Georgia versus South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest game I went. But that was a long time ago. I don't even think they have that anymore.
Yeah, we went down to the.
And also there's Copperhead.
Yeah, Copperhead. We went to what now they call Broken Home. Back in the day, it used to be Oklahoma Invasion.
Yep, and 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 5. What? No, 6. Holy shit! That Sunday was so hot. It was so moist, bro. I didn't even play that day, and my shit was like starting to bleed. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, the field they use there for Broken Home has quite a bit of up and down, and it actually gets fairly humid.
Yes. Oh
and
my God.
it's
like humidity.
It can be rough. Yes, it can be rough. I remember, I think it was 6. We started the game, and Nasty and I are out there with our team, and Nasty hops up in the back of the truck, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna go to the church," and I was like, "Cool," and everybody was gonna get in the truck. Well, then they were like, "Hey, we don't got enough room in this truck."
No, you decided to run.
No, they said they don't have enough room in the truck. They didn't want everybody. They needed people to walk or run. And I was like, "Cool, whatever. I'll get out. I'll run." Yep. I figured we were just gonna run a little ways, get up over the crest of the hill, and that would be it.
4 miles later.
Oh my God! I started running, and it was like this giant fucking hill that never ended.
It did
I had to try not to fucking sprint too fast down the hill to where I just ate it. Because the tires,
that's scary,
tires, car tires there.
Sprinting down the hill, you're like, yep, that's how I go.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I'm fucking dead
and
if I fall.
And my fat ass was happy because I was posted up with my saw out front.
Yeah.
I'm chilling, trying not to fall off.
We get down to the other side of this hill where we're going to dismount the vehicle, and I'm fucking dying, and Nasty's like, "What's your problem, bro? It wasn't even that far." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." It's the start of this op, and I just had to run for fucking ever.
Yeah, that was rough. And then you got us lost.
You're like, I actually need a 10-minute break.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, we needed like a whole MRE break, like a fucking 38-minute break. I was tired.
Dude, I have gotten so much fatter since then, so if somebody told me I had to run, I'd be like,
nah.
No.
Not it.
But...
That's a good thing about being a girl. They would never expect me to be the one to get off the truck to run.
So you use it to your advantage.
You could never look at me and be like, "It's your turn."
Right. You use it to your advantage then every now and then?
Well,
for sure.
Better hope I'm not the driver, because I'd be like, "Girl, get the fuck out of this truck. You want to run in."
Usually they're like, "Hey, do you want to ride in the front?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally."
Yes.
Wow, front seat privilege? Oh,
yeah. I'm down.
No. No, we are equality out here. If my fat ass has to run, you gotta get out and run too.
No, I'm just gonna ride in the truck. I'll see you guys there.
Well, I tell you what, thanks for joining us on the show. I mean, it really means a lot to us. And hopefully we'll get to see you.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll happen again.
Hopefully we'll get to see you at an op when all this is over.
Yeah, when they have them again.
Yeah. Which who knows
Once they're back on, for sure, I'm gonna go everywhere.
Right. Yeah, definitely. If you get a chance, come down and play the Midwest.
Yep.
I mean, we're gonna try and go out to the stuff kind of out west as well.
I
think it would be fun to go play out in California. Like I've got family out there, so we could stay.
DFE, fun stuff.
Yes.
But I also got to bring my real steel just for when the homies think they need to go all hard. Yeah,
oh my God.
we can get down with it.
So, but with that, take a couple seconds to thank 6mm Plastic. Actually,
the homies,
those guys right there. Check them out. 6mm,
yes.
6mmplastic.com. Those guys have got all different types of BBs, weights, tracer BBs as well, bios, non-bios. They got it all. And you can actually use a code now, Task Force 2020, and get 10% off your next order. So that's Task Force 2020. Get 10% off your next order. So check those guys out.
I'm going to do that.
Yes, there you go. Like they've got some good stuff.
Follow her footsteps.
Bought quite a few BBs from them now. Next one is Dynamic Fuzz. If you've got some MSAs or ComTacs that you are wanting to upgrade with some baffle kits or get some dope Velcro to put on the outside, so that way you can get all your favorite morale patches or even just a camouflage cover to match the rest of your gear on there. Sick. They've got it.
Dope money.
And then Core Vision Industries, check those guys out. They have got all of your night vision needs, so check those guys out. They also sell Dynamic Fuzz products as well, so
Good shit.
Thank you guys for joining us this week on Task Force Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check us out. Also check out Airsoft Has Mean.
Yes.
Where can they find you at?
Instagram and YouTube.
Instagram on YouTube. Yeah. Is it just Airsoft Has Mean?
Yes, both on both.
All right.
So, thank you.
Sweet. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
We'll see you guys next week.
Have a great day.
Uh-huh. Peace.